identity. Everything she no vanity.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. With our analysts Brent Barry and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, along with reporter Allie LaForce. And the injury story, certainly noteworthy. A lot of players in business casual tonight.
A long list of injuries coming into this game. You look at all of those names and they're unavailable. It's pretty daunting.
And checking out the New Orleans opening lineup. They've got Bruce Brown, also Kelly Olynyk out there, and it's Alvarado in at the 1 spot. And for the Nets, they've got Trendon Watford. He's out there with Nicholas Claxton, and it's Beekman in at the 1. Well, Brennan, this one tonight, you got two teams that have struggled to find any sort of confidence.
You're right, B.A., and the thing that you want most is to find out where inspiration is going to come from. You don't want to rely on your coaching staff and use the coach's verbiage to get you going. Some player is going to stand up and stand out tonight, and like a weather vane, things can just shift, and with a win here tonight, a team could go on a little bit of a roll to reestablish some of their confidence for the rest of the season.
On offense, here are the Pelicans. Brown scanning the floor. Shot clock at 6. Brooklyn pulls it in. Here's Beekman. Pass to Wilson. Launches a 3. And Reeves pulls it down. And Reeves has got the ball here for the New Orleans Pelicans. Here's Alvarado. There's a screen. Outside Olynyk. Screen by Olynyk. Outside Brown. From deep, Reeves. No good that time.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Outside Williams. He takes it in. Lays it up and banks it in.
Glad to get that out of the way. Now maybe these teams will settle down that they finally got a bucket on the board.
Now here's Alvarado, guarded closely. Outside Reeves. Pass to Olynyk. Basket counts.
Well, Kelly Olynyk can score all over, but really valuable when you start to get points from this kind of balanced attack.
Here's Beekman. Alvarado defending. Watford with it. Here's Wilson. Shoots over Brown. And that one's good. Wilson.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Screen by Olynyk. From downtown. And it's Alvarado missing. The Nets with a lead. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. Here's Beekman. Pass to Claxton. Can't get it to fall.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Williams against Reeves. It's Brown on the wing. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
The offensive rebound. Watford the pass to Wilson. Here's Beekman. Williams on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Nails it from beyond the arc. Williams has got 5 now.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside Olynyk. Here's Misi. Claxton with a rebound. Nets leading by 5. Here's Beekman. Pass to Wilson. Here's Beekman. Watford outside. Takes a 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
There's a screen. Here's Alvarado. Rejected by Claxton. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. As the playoffs draw closer, here's what the East looks like. You take a look at the Nets, a really frustrating season for them. They're looking forward to the draft.
I think for the Nets, as we see them limp towards the finish line, you really have to believe that everyone is going to be evaluated from top to bottom.
And you have to wonder just how different this team will look next season, from players to possibly coaches, maybe every level of the organization.
Kane's checked in for the Pelicans. Alvarado outside. And no good. The dry spell continues. Here's Beekman. Pass to Wilson. Takes the 3. And the Nets another 3.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Pelicans trail by 11. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. All right, let's have a look at which team scored the most second chance points in the second half of the season. New Orleans, 4th.
Second half of the season, they've made a concerted effort to compete on the offensive glass, and you see it in the numbers.
Alvarado, left side. Rebounded by the Nets. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
They kept the game close, but made a lot of mistakes. And we heard about it from the coaching staff afterward.
And they made some comments themselves that some of the fault might have lied with them because they didn't go in with the best of game plans and they didn't make the right adjustments. So we'll see tonight if they do.
Now here's Alvarado. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. To stop the run, driving inside, and it's good on the layup.
After missing his first 4 shots, he finally gets one to drop.
Pass to Beekman. Now here's Claxton.
Last 2 minutes to play. First quarter.
1:58 left in the first quarter. Williams from long range. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Pelicans trail by 12. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. Here's Beekman. Pass to Wilson. Here's Beekman. Clock at 6. Here's Wilson. 5 points in the game. Nice little shot fake there. Got the D out of position. Wilson's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
Here's Watford. Misses the 3. Pelicans trail by 14. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Alvarado. And here's Olynyk. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Here's Beekman. Here's Claxton. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer!
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
And so it's Brooklyn, up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's their three-point accuracy that has helped them build such a healthy lead. We'll be right back.